it's Steph. Thanks for clicking. This is my 7th check-in for my low buy. For close to 2 years now, I have been on a low buy. It is not a no buy. For all of my beauty categories, from body care, hair care, skin care, makeup, nail polish, I am allowed to buy things in my out of control categories if I use more things up. I have a point system. The number of points depends on how out of control the category is. The points are category specific. I cannot finish soap in order to get an eyeshadow palette. I have to finish eyeshadow palettes to get eyeshadow palettes. That has not happened yet, but that keeps me from allowing one category to get out of control, and then I go, oh, I'm out of this, I need more of something, and then I just break it and it all falls apart. If I manage to stay on track and I get my inventory down to a total of 650 items by November 1st, I will be allowed to buy an advent calendar. We'll see if I can earn it. The last 2 years I haven't managed it. So this year might be my year. I've done pretty well in the last 3 months, and we're going to find out exactly how well. I'm going to start off with body care, and specifically the body treatments. Body treatments are something that is meant to be body care with a specific purpose other than moisturizing. They have some sort of specialized effect. And I have a goal of having 5 items in this category. At the last update I had 15, and I'm down to 13 because I finished 2. I finished this body scrub and I also finished the shave oil, and so I went from -1 point to 1 positive point, which is awesome. And since I have reduced the total number of items in this category significantly enough that it is not quite as out of control, I'm also going to drop the price. So previously it would have cost me 4 points to buy something in this category. Now it's only going to cost me 3, which is good because honestly I'm probably just going to replace the shave oil because I have absolutely no shaving products at all right now. I won't feel guilty about that, but I am happy that this category would still have gone down. Now the soap and body wash, I have them combined because I use them interchangeably and I don't necessarily need to have both. So I have a goal of having 4 items in this category. At the last update I had 13, and now I have 11 after finishing 2. One was a bar of soap that I apparently don't have the packaging for anymore. The other was this sponge that had body wash infused in it. So those are both gone, and now I am down to a total of 11 items in this category. I went from having 0 points to having 2. I need 1 more point in order to buy anything. Body lotions are a separate category, and this is actually a spoiler. I went from 22 items at the last check-in down to 21 after finishing this body lotion that was in 50 Shades of Black. So spoiler for that project, I am down 1, which brings me from 1 point to 2 points. I need 5 points to buy something new in this category, and I'm probably not going to be doing that. Next is foot care, and I only want 2 things in this category, but last year for Christmas I got several single-use type items, and I ended up with having -7 points at the last check-in. I am now at -6 after finishing 1 foot cream. This was in 50 Shades of Black as well, so we're doing a little bit better, and I'm expecting to have at least 2 more done for next time. For hand cream, this category actually was under control. I was at my goal of 3, and then I got this. This was actually a gift with purchase at a nail salon, so they were giving these to customers around Christmas. I went there to get a pedicure, and they gave me this, so it cost me 1 point as a gift. And I'm going to keep it and I'm going to use it, so I'm now at -1 point, and I need to use 1 thing in the hand cream category in order to break even again. Next is sunscreen. There is currently a foot of snow on the ground outside, but I did finish a sunscreen. I have a goal of owning 2 of them, and I had 3 last time. This is the one that I finished, so I'm now at my goal, so this is now an in control category, and as I finish sunscreens I would buy 1. This is the type of thing that I just want 1 backup of because I want to have 1 in case I finish 1 unexpectedly, or if it goes bad or something, I leave it in the car, I don't know. And I don't want too many of them because they would expire and be useless. Now we're into the skincare, starting with the cleansers. I have a goal of owning 5 of them. At the last check-in I had 25. I finished 2, so that takes me from -4 points to -2 points. I'm getting closer to 0. I should break even at the next check-in. I'm not that worried. I have plenty of samples left, so those are easy points. No matter what the size, it counts as 1 point. I figure it's all going to even out eventually. Now the nighttime moisturizers, I have a goal of owning 4 of them. Last time I had 25, and I have finished 4. Yeah, none of them are full size, and I think this one was really close last time. So I've made great progress. I'm now in the positive points, and up to now I would have needed 8 points to buy something new. But since I have reduced what's in this category, I believe I had over 30 originally. the price is going to drop. Instead of being worth 8 points, it's going to be 6 points to buy a new one from here forward. Now we're into the hair care. For the hair masks, I have a goal of owning 3. Last time I had 6. I finished this one. This was like a moisture treatment. I counted as a mask because that's kind of where I used it in that point in my routine. So I'm now down to 5. And I have enough points to buy a new one, so I'm probably going to do that. And since I've gotten closer to my goal, I only need to reduce my inventory by 3 more to hit it. I'm also going to reduce my points. Instead of being 6 points next time, it's going to be 3 points, but for the next one that I'm going to purchase, it's still going to cost me 6. I have my hair styling products just divided into things you apply to your hair when it's wet and things you apply when it's dry. So for the dry styling products, I am down 1. This is another 50 Shades spoiler. So I have 1 down, and that actually means that I have the 3 points that I need to buy something new. I'm gonna leave the points the same. What I really don't own and kind of wish I did is a hairspray. I actually don't own a traditional hairspray at the moment, and there have been a couple of occasions where I kind of wished I did. I've used a hair oil in place of that sort of product, which helps, but it's not really the same thing. So I think I'm going to use those points for that. Now we've made it to the makeup. So for the base products, and specifically the primers, I have finished 1. I need 8 points in order to buy a new primer. This gives me point number 4. I'll get there eventually, but I've reduced the number of primers I own from 20 to 19. So that's a win. I have a goal of owning 4 foundations. Last time I had 6, and I actually did finish 2. One of them was this Lancome foundation, and the other one was like a Franken tint. I don't have the container to show you because I have something else to pot it into it now. But that did reduce my inventory by 2, and that means I actually do have the points that I need now to buy another foundation. So I may do that at some point, but I am pleased that my foundation inventory is getting so close. It's actually there right now, but if I buy another foundation, then it's going to bring me up to 5. So I'm actually going to leave this category in my low buy for now. For concealers, my number actually didn't change. I have 3 concealers, and that's because I finished this one, but also bought another one. So I finished the Natasha Denona, bought this Estee Lauder one, and I am actually going to call this a category under control now because I am at my goal, and I'm really not feeling all that tempted right now. So I'm calling this category all set since I'm at my goal, and from now on it'll just be a 1-for-1 ratio. There have been no changes to my eye makeup or cheek makeup, so we're just going to skip to the lips where there are a few changes. First of all, the lip liners, I originally had 5 with a goal of owning 2, and I did finish 1 in a project. I don't know where it is. I know I kept the empty eyeliner component, but I don't know what happened to it, so I don't have proof. But I did finish a Maybelline lip liner, and so now I have 4 left. For lipsticks, I have a goal of owning 7. I previously had 21, and now I'm down to 20. I did finish 1. That I don't have with me, but I think I know where it's at, so you're probably going to see a photo. So I'm down by 1, which brings me up 1 point, but I'm still in the negative here, so I still have work to do. For lip glosses, I have a goal of owning 4. I previously had 12, and I had 1 point, and I'm down 2 because I got these. These, actually, I got in my FabFitFun. The thing is, I actually didn't pick these. They were sent to me by mistake instead of the thing that I actually selected. They fixed it. They sent me the thing that I actually picked, but they told me to just keep these. So since these are a gift by accident, I'm still counting these as 1 point each for these Patrick Ta lip plumpers. And so I am now at negative 1 points for lip glosses. For lip balms, I have a goal of owning 5. I previously had 12. And I finished 1. It was actually a Jack Black lip treatment that I finished in 50 Shades of Black, and then I threw it away. Unfortunately, I don't have the empties to prove that I finished it, but it was in my 50 Shades of Black, so you can see the proof there. For nail polish, I have a goal of owning 12. Last time I had 18, and I finished 1. So now I have 17 nail polishes remaining. I still need to finish 1 more before I can buy a new one. And the last category would be for fragrance. I have a ton of perfume samples. At the last check-in, I had 47 perfumes, none of which are full size. Some of them are like little 1-ounce mini type ones, but most of them are samples. I finished 1, so we're down to 46, but I still have negative like 22 points. I'm not even close to digging myself out of that hole. But the good news is I didn't get any new ones. On the screen, you're going to be seeing some data for an overview for how things have been progressing over the last 3 months. And I am doing better. I still have negative points, though honestly fragrance is mostly responsible for that. I am doing pretty well in a lot of categories. I did not go up in any categories this time, which is awesome. The category that has seen the most progress in the last 3 months has been body care, And overall, I am down 22 items over the last 3 months. I went from having 711 products down to 689, which is a nice jump, so I am on track. If I can keep that up, then I should be able to earn my advent calendar. There are some things that I know I will be purchasing soon, though, such as the shave oil. Overall, I have reduced my excess number of products by 10%. The way that figure is calculated is 100% excess would mean that I have double the amount that I want. So I've reduced my excess. I'm getting closer to zero excess with my goals. The only item that I actually bought was the concealer. All the other things that came in were gifts. So I'm pleased with how the last 3 months have gone. The next check-in is going to be in May, in 3 months, and I'm going to have some really exciting developments for this update. I actually already have it ready, but I decided to wait until the 2-year mark to incorporate it. I created graphs. Who doesn't love a good scatter plot? The thing is, we're looking at 3-month snapshots, so in terms of long term, you can't really tell whether I'm going up or down in categories. That chart that I showed really only shows the difference over a span of 3 months. So it'll be helpful to see that over a longer term. So yeah, over Christmas when I was off of work, I decided to play with Excel and I made scatter plots for the different categories so we can see how they're going to be changing since the beginning. So that would give a good idea. I hope all of your low buys and no buys are off for a good start for 2026, and we will see how mine continues to go next time. Bye!